If you're a horror movie fan, you've surely watched some Halloween franchise films. The movie I'm going to summarize is Halloween from 2007, which is the best film in the saga in my opinion. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming summaries. Michael Myers, a 10-year-old boy living in Haddonfield, Illinois, is bullied at school, and his family life isn't much better. His mother, Deborah, works as a dancer at a nightclub and constantly fights with her boyfriend, Ronnie. Full of anger, Michael hides behind a Halloween clown mask and mistreats and kills pets. He shows affection only to his baby sister. After a confrontation with a bully at school on Halloween, Dr. Sam Loomis presents Deborah with evidence of Michael's animal abuse and informs her that her son shows signs of sociopathy. Michael runs away from school, follows the bully into the forest, and brutally kills him with a branch. That night, Judith refuses to take Michael trick-or-treating, preferring to stay home and have relations with her boyfriend while Deborah is at work. Left alone, Michael brutally murders Ronnie, Judith, and her boyfriend. After completing the killings, he lovingly holds his baby sister in his arms. Michael is convicted of murder and is committed to Smith's Grove Psychiatric Hospital under Dr. Loomis's care. Deborah visits him weekly. Michael claims not to remember the murders and begs to go home. After several months of unsuccessful treatment, Michael snaps and kills a nurse. Devastated, Deborah commits suicide. Michael becomes an imposing adult man and remains locked up in the sanitarium for the next 15 years, not speaking to anyone and spending his time making masks. Dr. Loomis gives up on treating him and instead writes a best-selling book portraying him as irredeemable evil. On October 30th, Michael is sitting in his cell making masks. Two orderlies, who are cousins, are on duty and are abusing a new patient. They decide to have fun in Michael's room. When he finishes making the mask, he kills the two orderlies and takes the keys, escaping during the night. At a gas station, he murders a driver in the bathroom and steals his clothes. The next morning, on Halloween, he returns to his old house in Haddonfield, which has remained abandoned since his mother's suicide. There, he retrieves the knife used to kill Ronnie and one of the masks used on that occasion, which he had hidden under the floorboards. Laurie Strode is an exemplary student and daughter living in Haddonfield. Her father is a real estate agent trying to sell the old Myers house, which local belief claims is haunted. As a gesture of kindness to him, Laurie delivers some documents to the Myers residence. Michael spots her and appears intrigued. He follows her to school, watching her. Laurie's more outgoing friends, Linda and Annie, have a more active sex life compared to the frustrated Laurie, who doesn't have a boyfriend and usually babysits Tommy during Halloweens. Annie persuades Laurie to babysit her own child on Halloween night, little Lindsay, so she and her boyfriend can enjoy the night. Linda, in turn, decides to go with her boyfriend to the old Myers house for a party. After becoming intimate, Michael kills them. Then he heads to the Strode house, and when Laurie leaves to babysit, he murders her parents. After leaving Lindsay in Laurie and Tommy's care, Annie and her boyfriend begin to have relations in Lindsay's house. Michael breaks in and kills the boyfriend, but leaves Annie alive after subjecting her to brutal acts. Sometime later, Laurie takes Lindsay home and finds Annie naked and trembling, with her boyfriend's body hanging from the ceiling. Laurie instructs Lindsay to return to Tommy's house and then contacts the police. Michael attacks Laurie, but she manages to escape and also returns to Tommy's house. Michael pursues her, kills the police officers who arrived, and kidnaps Laurie. Dr. Loomis is informed about Michael's escape. After acquiring two high-caliber firearms, he travels to Haddonfield and begs Sheriff Brackett to believe that Michael Myers has returned. Only when his call to the Strodes goes unanswered does Brackett begin to fear the worst. He reveals to Loomis that Laurie Strode is Michael's sister, adopted by the Strodes after Deborah's suicide. Loomis realizes that Michael is also aware of this truth, but doesn't know how he will react. Loomis and Brackett head to Lindsay's house. There, Brackett finds Annie sobbing, who is his daughter. Meanwhile, Loomis goes to the Myers house. Michael has taken Laurie there. He hands her a photograph of the two of them as children and drops his knife. Laurie stabs him and flees to the backyard. Michael chases her and corners her in the empty pool. As he approaches her in the pool, Loomis appears and repeatedly pleads for him to stop, but when that fails, he fires several shots into Michael's back. Loomis and Laurie try to escape, but Michael pulls Laurie from the car before they can. Loomis calls Michael's attention and persuades him to release Laurie. Then he strangles Loomis while Laurie tries to hide in the Myers house. Michael follows her and quickly corners her upstairs. After a brief struggle, they both fall from the second floor. When Laurie wakes up, she finds Loomis's gun near her and crawls towards her unconscious brother on the floor. He grabs her arm and she accidentally fires in fright, hitting him. Exhausted, Laurie screams as the police arrive. As always, they're the last to arrive, so that's it. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. And comment if you've already watched this movie. See you in the next summary.